Good morning, students. Today we are going to take the chapter The Portrait of a Lady. Students, this is the first chapter in the book Hornbill. The Portrait of a Lady means the picture of a lady. Here the writer Khushwant Singh is taking the description of his grandmother, and he has given a pen picture of that lady. It means his grandmother. That is why the chapter has been titled as The Portrait of a Lady. So this chapter is written by Khushwant Singh. Dear students, you can have a look at the photograph of Khushwant Singh. You may be familiar with his face. You must have seen in the newspapers, his articles used to be there. Let's have a look at the author. This is about the author, Khushwant Singh. Khushwant Singh was a famous Indian writer of English. He was born in 1915 and received his education in Lahore, Delhi and London. He is often referred as a humorist, commentator, editor. As I have already told you, he used to be an editor of the newspapers, short story writer and a novelist. He has an essay narrative style. You may have read his novel A Train to Pakistan, which is a very popular novel, and based on turmoil and trauma of the partition of India and Pakistan, this novel has been made into a full-length feature film. You must have watched it. Now about the lesson. In the lesson, Khushwant Singh primarily writes about his perceptions and interactions with places and people he has come in contact with. The Portrait of a Lady is an autobiographical piece of writing. It describes the author's association, his friendship with his grandmother, and the changes that come about in their relationship. Initially, they were living in the village, and they had developed a good friendship, a bond of friendship between them. This chapter is a loving tribute from a grandson to his grandmother, where he recalls about his emotional bond he shared with his grandmother. Now the author gives a very vivid description of his grandmother. The physical description he has given in the first part of the chapter. His grandmother was old. Actually, he was extremely old, very old, wrinkled face. He was short and fat and slightly bent. Students, you must have seen the old people. They are slightly bent. She used to walk with one hand on her waist. You must have seen the old people. They keep their one hand on their waist just to balance the stoop on their back. And the other hand, she used to tell the beads of a rosary. She was a very religious type of lady. Her lips were always moving in inaudible prayer, and Khushwant Singh used to listen to their prayers, though he never bothered to learn those prayers by heart, but he listened because he loved her voice. She was very much attached to his grandmother. He has also given a very vivid description of his grandfather's physical features. His portrait was hanging above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He looked 100 years old with white flowing beard, and Khushwant Singh says that he looks as if he could have grandsons. He could not have children. He seems he looked so old that he could not have children. He could have only grandsons. Okay. Now the characteristics of the grandmother. She was a picture of beauty, peace and contentment. Here Khushwant Singh has compared his grandmother to winter landscape in the mountains. As the winter landscape in the mountains is full of snow, that snow refers to the peace, white color refers to the peace. So she is the picture of beauty, peace and contentment, satisfaction she had inside her. She looked after the author in the village in his parents' absence. Both of them, Khushwant Singh and his grandmother, they used to live in the village. His parents were there in the city, and the grandmother used to take care of her grandson in the village. She kept her thoughts to herself. She never shared her thoughts with anybody. She was very calm and controlled. She knew when her end was near, and she accepted it. The turning point in their friendship. Initially they were living in the village and they had developed a very good bond of friendship between them. The grandmother used to take care of everything of Khushwant Singh in the village. She used to wake him up in the morning. She used to make everything ready for the school. She even used to escort him to the school also, because the school was attached to a temple, and she used to go to the temple and she used to read the scriptures there. But when the author and the grandmother shifted to city from village to be with the author's parents, that was a turning point in their friendship, because both shared a room, but the grandmother, she got isolated. The grandmother showed displeasure by ceasing to talk to author. Now she no more talked to her grandson, that is Khushwant Singh. Common link of friendship snapped. The author was given a separate room on joining university, and before that the grandmother was not happy with the city education also. In the village she was happy that the author was being given religious education, but in the city the author was given, Khushwant Singh was being given music lessons, science was being taught to him, Archimedes principle. But the grandmother was not happy with the music lessons because she thought that music had new associations. She was not happy that Khushwant Singh was not being given the religious education. She wanted her grandson to be given religious education. So she was not happy living in the city. Grandmother quietly accepted that she has become alone. The author goes to abroad for higher education. He was going away for 5 years, and the grandmother sees of the author at the railway station and she kisses his forehead, and Khushwant Singh thinks that perhaps this is the last physical contact between them, the moist imprint on his forehead. But actually it was not so, because the grandmother, she was still there after 5 years. When the author Khushwant Singh came back after 5 years, the grandmother was still there, and she welcomed the arrival of her grandson, and she celebrated the homecoming of her grandson as the homecoming of warriors is celebrated. Significance of the title. The title of the chapter, The Portrait of a Lady, is apt and appropriate because Khushwant Singh has given a pen picture of the lady, that is his grandmother. Besides being a pen sketch of his grandmother, the passage is Khushwant Singh's loving tribute to her and the emotional bond shared with her. He graphically describes the person and personality of the grandmother, who had all the attributes of a strong lady. You can have a look at the grandmother, children. This is Khushwant Singh's grandmother and grandfather, they are the grandparents. And these are the important questions. What stories of the grandmother did the author treat as fables of the prophets, and why? Give a pen picture of the narrator's grandfather as he appeared in the portrait. Explain, as for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. The narrator's grandmother looked like winter landscape in the mountains, as I have already explained this thing to you. Comment. The grandmother had a divine beauty. How does the author bring it out? Why did the grandmother accompany the narrator to his school? What did she do there? And how was the common link of friendship between the grandmother and the grandson snapped? And what was the turning point in their friendship? So these are the important questions. Towards the end of the story, Khushwant Singh has described how the grandmother, when celebrated the homecoming of her grandson, she collected the women of the neighborhood, got a dilapidated drum and started beating it. She took very, she was strained and she got ill. and by the evening she got fever and ultimately she died. So this was all about the chapter. Thanks.